Hello and welcome back to the Nulyweds channel. Today we have the next installment in our Venues 101 series, and we'll be talking about the differences between venue coordinators and wedding planners. But first, a word from our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by Venues by Nulyweds. Venues by Nulyweds is an easy-to-use venue video library platform enabling you to find your dream wedding venue in Portugal. You can buy a pack by region or you can buy the entire country and search to your heart's content for your perfect venue. Head to www.nulyweds.com/venues to join now. So we've talked about wedding planners a lot on this channel, so let's talk about venue coordinators. What exactly is a venue coordinator? A venue coordinator is an in-house event planner, so they are linked to the venue just to help you organize the bare bones of your wedding. So for example, the flow of the day, catering if you're having it done by the venue, and some light timetabling. They're more than likely the person that you met when you went to the venue and had a tour, and they'll also be the person that you'll be in main contact with if you need to ask any questions to the venue. And this really causes confusion amongst couples. Why would you even bother to hire a wedding planner if your venue can do it? Well, there are some really key differences between a venue coordinator and a wedding planner, and here are 5. Number 1 is the number of couples they service. So in a previous video when I talked about how to negotiate with your wedding venue, I mentioned that venue coordinators often have up to 80 couples, sometimes 100 couples a year. This is because some wedding venues do multiple events a year because they can, and the venue coordinator needs to manage all of those events. The number of weddings that independent planners do varies because it depends on the size of their teams. Medium to high-end wedding planners will do between 15 and 8 weddings a year. This means that you get a lot more individual attention, faster response times, and they are much more involved with your wedding process, which brings into my second point, the level of involvement. With your venue coordinator, it's very common for you to meet maybe 4 times maximum before your wedding day. So when you go to visit the venue first, when you go for a tasting, when you go for and potentially 2 operational meetings as well. With wedding planners, we are constantly in contact. I have a call every month with my couples, and they also have a direct line to me via email all of the time. I have met my couple's dogs. I have met their parents. I have met their kids. I know about their family histories. I know where they came from. I know what they do for a living. I know about their hobbies and interests. I know how they met. Being much closer to my couples means that I can provide them a much better service as a professional. As a venue coordinator, you don't have that many touch points with the couple, so you don't know them quite as well as an independent wedding planner does. This is not necessarily a bad thing. You might not want someone like me who is quite deeply involved in the planning process, in that process of knowing each other for 2 years, 18 months, a year. We get to know each other super duper well. Maybe you don't actually want that close relationship, and maybe a venue coordinator therefore is fine for you. The third point is who we work for. Now it's important to remember that a venue coordinator and a wedding planner have 2 different bosses. A wedding planner works for you. A venue coordinator works for the venue. Now, of course, good wedding coordinators want the best of both worlds. They want the couple to be extremely happy and to have the best wedding that they possibly could want. Of course they do. But at the end of the day, they are employed by the venue to represent the interests of the venue. So they will not be the ones to suggest that you change the menu, or that you take out an exclusive supplier, or that you change the flow of the day in some way, all of which I mentioned in my negotiating venues video. Go watch that. But they will not be the ones to suggest those things or encourage those things. That's not to say that those things are unreasonable to ask for. They're not. But they will be the ones to push back on those things more so than a wedding planner would. A wedding planner works for you, and a wedding planner knows the ways in which to speak to a venue coordinator to get those things that you want changed, to make a little compromise and a meeting in the middle. A wedding planner's allegiances lie with you at the end of the day. They want to do everything possible to make sure that you have the best wedding that you possibly can. It means thinking outside of the box and changing things up a little bit sometimes, which the venue doesn't always like. Number 4 is the variety of work. So this is where the numbers come into balance. When I said that venue coordinators can do up to 80, 100 weddings a year, you probably were horrified at that number. But the thing is that when you work with one venue with a set team, as you do, you have a chef, you have an ops manager, you have your waiters, you have your bar staff. When you have a constant in your venue and in your environment, it makes it much, much easier to do multiple events because you have a set protocol, a set standard, a set follow through. With wedding planners, we work with a wide variety of venues in different parts of the country with completely different styles, completely different aesthetics, completely different supplier lists. And this means that our variety of work is much wider than a venue coordinator. A venue coordinator lives and breathes that venue. So they know every single little quirk and every single little thing about that venue. A wedding planner has a more surface level view of a lot of venues. The 5th difference is the roles and responsibilities. Now I will be making a huge blog about this, so I'll link it below when it's ready. But the roles and responsibilities of a venue coordinator and a wedding planner is extremely different. As I said, the venue coordinator is much more on the side of the venue. So they will be the ones to manage your payment schedules and contracts with the venue. They will organize your tastings and set up your menus. They will also be the people that you hand over your food allergy information to. You'll hand over your table plan to them, and they'll also want to know all of the bare bones of your timeline. So when guests are expected to arrive, how long cocktail hour is going to be, how long dinner is going to be, things like that. A wedding planner, on the other hand, is far more involved. We do budget planning and management. We can help you manage your RSVPs. We can help you set up a wedding website. We do full designs of your wedding day and do full setup on the day. A huge part of our role is the emotional support as well. In the recent times that we've had, that's been the big key for a lot of my couples, is that I was able to support them through a really awful time in their lives. Being so involved with my couples and with the wedding planning process means that our roles and responsibilities extend far, far further than the bare operational movements of your wedding. Now, I'm not demonizing either or. I think that I'm very, very vocal about the fact that I don't think that everyone needs a wedding planner. Many couples get married every year without a wedding planner and have an amazing time. You don't necessarily need one, and your venue coordinator can fill in a lot of gaps if you just want some operational support. But if you want to go above and beyond that, you want help with managing your budget, you want help negotiating with vendors, you want help with the design, and just want that partnership with a planner, then a wedding planner is the way to go. I hope this video was really helpful to you. Please do check out Venues by Nulyweds. The links is down below. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.